Hello, welcome. My name is San. This is a reading today for Gemini. There are no dates on my readings. I trust that when the message finds you, if it resonates, then it's yours at that time. Gemini, I'm doing your reading with a blend of decks. You'll see a mix of several decks in your spread today. So we've got the Six of Wands on the split, which is obviously an amazing card to see. It's interesting because I'm seeing you a little bit like the Taurus reading about spending a lot of time on your own, but this is somebody in front of a crowd. You can see the audience in front of her. She's on stage kind of getting a standing ovation, but I feel like that's in your future. It might not even be in this part of the reading. It could be something that comes up in the extended. I do see a card here for your work, but I'm not seeing how that's related yet. Well, the Strength card. Okay, so it is talking about your future. I feel like because you're such a powerful force, your future is going to be extremely successful. And I want to say your near future is dependent on your ability to communicate. And your ability to communicate is branching out, is what I want to say. So let's look at the bottom of the deck. The Chariot, as right as I was saying, branching out. You already have the Chariot here once, but it's not even the Chariot. It's this, well, it is the Chariot, but it's the Chariot from the Wonderland deck. So it's the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz, which has a little bit of a different vibe than most other chariots, but we'll get to that in a moment because it's really highlighting communication. It's almost like sending a messenger pigeon, something like that. So you've got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck with the Judgment card and the Hierophant. So you've got all these majors underneath the deck. We'll get to those in a bit. I'm just going to put them up here. So you've got Strength, Six of Wands, Hierophant, Judgment, and the Chariot that just came out of the deck before we even start the reading. So those are powerful energies. I'll just put these cards over here. I'm going to pull you your overall energy from the Dream Decoder deck. I've been using the La Fruma, but this deck has been calling to me. It's one of my older decks because there's something about your reading, especially the way it's starting out, that seems like it wants to kind of touch on dreamscapes or the ethereal realm, the etheric or the astral spaces. Okay. Overall energy from the Dream Decoder for Gemini. For some reason, Libra is coming to mind right now. So I don't know if that's for any of you. I have not been thinking about Libra, but Libra is coming up all of a sudden. I was just looking to see if there's Libra here on the table. Okay. Okay, focus in. Overall energy for Gemini. This curve. Teeth falling out. Oh, what an unpleasant card this is. So it's that dream about when your teeth fall out. The teeth falling out dream to me, though, is fascinating because it's talking about, well, it talks about self-consciousness, but it also talks about something that's irreversible. It can be fixed, but it can never be put back in the way that it once was. Fear of aging or feeling unattractive or unappealing in some way. I want to say that's not your energy at all. If it is, you're healing from it. Maybe there are basic actions you ought or want to take, but can't because you're ill-equipped. Okay, that does not. I'm going to put this deck aside and pull La Fruma because that is not resonating with me at all. Not with what's already on the table. Maybe it resonates with you guys, but I don't see how it fits into your reading. Let's pull out the trusted La Fruma Healing Oracle. So maybe it's telling me that this isn't about the dreamscape. It's talking about that it's more real and more concrete than that. That's why that deck wasn't working, I feel like. Okay, overall energy from the La Fruma Healing Oracle. It's almost like trying to pull something in from the past that doesn't quite fit anymore. I wonder if I have to retire that deck. Okay, overall energy from the La Fruma. Okay. We got the Soul Prince and the Year Harvest. Okay, so this is the year to harvest your soul path. This is the, okay, let's look at the Soul Prince. So it's talking about being rare. A journey starts with a conscious step. That feels much more in alignment with what I have for you. The year's gears turn, shattering stagnation. The astral rivers of the dream realms pour once more. So that's fascinating. Maybe that was a past energy. I want to say 5 years ago. You may have been having kind of nightmares or anxiety dreams 5 years ago. But what's happening now, if your dreams are coming to life in a new way, if your dreams are coming to life, they're coming to life in a new way is what I wanted to say. Because you've got this, because it's the year of your soul print. Tread soul print, which is talking to me just about being on your soul path. Not that you weren't before. This is the fascinating thing. I don't know if you can get off your soul path, but there's times when it's more clear or more, I was going to say broadened, but that's not the right term, because it feels like it's actually more streamlined in a sense, which would make it maybe a little bit narrower. It's when your choices actually become reduced because you're doing all the right things. So there isn't a buffet of options in front of you because everything you're choosing is correct. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 decisions, one after another, and they're all moving in the right direction. So there's not really a need to stop like at any fork in the roads and consider your path. Okay, so that's fascinating. Okay, we're starting your reading here with this Queen of Wands. And this is why I started your whole reading the way that I did, because I'm seeing this as you being this excellent communicator. But the way that you're communicating, I want to say, is through the astral realm or through the etheric realm, because you're sitting here by yourself. I mean, you do have your cat there, so you might have a familiar. Perhaps not. It could be a spirit that's sitting with you, or an angel or a guide, or perhaps you're just completely on your own. It could be like the play that I just watched with my daughter where he talks to his plant, which is fascinating because Taurus, in the Taurus reading, I was talking about talking to photographs. So you could be practicing that, just intuitively knowing that when you speak out loud, even if no one else is in the room, there are ears that are hearing it, be it your cat, be it the plants. Secret Life of Plants, Stevie Wonder. Sorry, I'm getting distracted with my own childhood as I'm saying that. Or your own ears are hearing it, and that is reinforcing a kind of a command loop where you're commanding the universe to manifest at your will. And then this like burst of energy that is being put forth. But the reason why I'm saying that you're this exceptional communicator is because the Eight of Wands is coming off of this action that you're taking, or this movement, or this voice, or this. But that's the thing, it is coming through your voice, but your voice could even just be your breath, because it's just energy moving up from your heart, through your throat, and out your mouth. Especially with that burst of energy coming from the palm of her hand. It's almost like blowing a wish into the future. But I'm seeing all these wands communicating with this Knight of Pentacles, because it looks like you pick up this, you're doing something. It's almost like some sort of a ritual or some sort of a ceremony, which could be very intentional, but it could be almost like accidental. You're just playing. You're just sitting with your cat and playing with your crystals or with your life force. And that's sending all of this energy out kind of behind your back, which means that you're almost unaware of it, because she's looking over here at what she's kind of projecting into the future, or like projecting. See what I mean? It's like, this is what you're sending forth. But there's this byproduct of all this communication coming off kind of the tail end of that and landing with this Knight of Pentacles, because it's like he's caught the wand, which is really fascinating because he's a Knight of Pentacles, but he's holding this wand. He also has a horseshoe in his hands. It says the Shaggy Man, but look at how he looks up, and it's like he's listening. So he's somehow catching on to what you're doing. So this is the thing. It's kind of like there's something really strange about the art depiction in this card. Oh, he's sitting like on a tree stump. I see you now. Okay. It doesn't quite align properly. It's probably used AI to generate this image, because it's kind of like the body proportions aren't completely right. But maybe because he's a shaggy man. Did I say shaggy old man, or did I just say shaggy man? Because he's a shaggy man, he's been through it. But there's something about the community. And then I'm just noticing all the butterflies up in the top too. That's all the communication coming to him from you. But it seems to be, especially because it's this wand, and especially because it's also got this UFO here, which is, it's the kind of like this butterfly effect thing. Whatever it is that you're doing kind of alone in your own space, in your own time, with your own energy, is somehow expanding across the universe in a sense and reaching this one. And I feel like you do know them, but you might not know them in this condition because they're coming out very quickly on the heels of that with the King of Pentacles. And it looks like the same character. It's just that he's in a much better condition. He's in much better condition, or he's in a better mood, or in a better position or situation. And then he's got his familiar there, which is his dog. And he's holding on to something that was created from what it is that you gave him. But it almost feels like it's a little bit out of your awareness. But maybe it's because of this horseshoe shape. You see he's holding the horseshoe in his hands. Maybe it's because of that, but it's also because there's all this kind of the energy or communication being cast out, and then I see it almost kind of coming back around to you. It's landing back with you. It's because of the flying monkeys, I believe. Because the King of Pentacles sends out the flying monkeys. Maybe because now he's in a better position. Because of what he caught from you, it could just be that he kind of caught an earful or caught onto the energy that you were sending out. He knows that it's from you. I mean, maybe you're somebody like me who's on YouTube, and so you're putting stuff out and you're not necessarily aware of who the audience is, because it feels like you're a little bit in the dark about this. Although I do feel like you know them. It's like you know who they are, but I want to say that you remember them, or you think of them in this condition, and you're unaware that they're in this shaggy phase right now. Whenever your energy reaches them, it's touching them when they're in this space, and it's somehow transforming them kind of back into, or more appropriately into, this King of Pentacles, because they're not meant to be the Knight, whatever that means. So it seems like at some point it may be delayed, because this is a process. It's not overnight that he goes from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, but it's not long either. It could be days or weeks, maybe months, but it doesn't feel like years, that he goes from the Knight to the King because of something that you've done or said or intended. So then the flying monkeys come back towards you, I want to say, because it's going towards your work, which is at the end of the row here, which is what I was talking about with the success card. Maybe that's when it lands for you, that success is coming for you because of the communication coming back to you from the King of Pentacles. Perhaps they want to invest in you in some way. It's almost as if he wants to send you this pentacle, but he's not yet. Because I want to say there's some sort of interference here because of the Page of Swords. Because it's like Knight of Pentacles. Let me see if I can pick these up. The the King of Pentacles is sending out the flying monkey chariot, which basically just means to me that he's not on it. He's not showing up at your door. He's sending messengers, like a messenger pigeon, like I was saying. And it's going to the Page of Swords first, and then to you. But see how you're catching it. You're catching it and a whole lot of other stuff. Because I'm seeing, because it's the Eight of Pentacles. Again, another Pentacles energy. But you're sitting in this Wands space. Because you're starting the reading as the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Which is talking to me just about how passionate you are about whatever it is, whatever modality, whatever it is that you're practicing, you're very passionate about it, but you're doing it on your own. But nevertheless, it's still sending out a signal. And it's reaching that king, and then he's sending something, or is wanting to. It's almost like he's requesting permission to send you something practical, maybe to help you with your work. But I'm also seeing something like maybe these wands are impacting other people as well, because you can see how her wand is connected to the Eight of Wands. And when you make that movement, it sends them out. But I want to say, so it's almost like 8 different times, so you can line it up, and she's sending out 8 different wands. And one of them is caught by this this King of Pentacles. And then he's sending it back, but there's almost this like interloper. Is that the right word? There's somebody standing in the way. It's almost like somebody who's wanting to interrupt the message from reaching you purely. I'm just realizing how far we into the reading. I still have how far we are on the clock, and I still have a lot of cards to get through. Because they're almost standing in the way, but not very effectively. So there could be some sort of an interruption. Maybe it's a time delay. Maybe it's just somebody who's supposed to be delivering the message is fumbling with it. But it's getting to you nonetheless. And I feel like it is, and I'm just looking up and seeing this chariot rushing in. So you've got it coming in from more than one source, I want to say. But that's what I was saying about these 8 pentacles here are almost looking like the wands coming back to you, like from head on. There's these wands coming back to you, but it could take moons, right? A moon cycle, or maybe there's one per moon cycle that reaches you. But one of them is this from this King of Pentacles. My cards are a mess. Hang on. One of them is from the King of Pentacles, and it feels like he's just wanting to ask your permission to proceed, kind of thing. But then there's this interesting situation here with the Queen of Cups and the Devil coming next. There's something here about something being caught up. Maybe it's this one here. It feels like these cards go together, actually, but it was this card, then you, and then these 2 cards. There's something about how many, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. There's something about all of this energy kind of opening up or coming at you like an array of energy, like a ray of light kind of expanding and opening and coming towards you. Or it could just be opening a lot of messages, or your phone kind of blowing up. There's all this incoming communication. But then maybe because of this Page of Swords, whoever or whatever that is, they're an immature energy, but they're somehow getting in the way. It's almost like you're closing in on yourself. Because I'm seeing all these lines from this card kind of folding in and becoming that grid work that is on the crystal cat. So it's almost like containing the energy, holding it close. Because of this Devil, waiting for the Devil to go through the judgment. I don't know what a Jabberwocky is. Is that just that creature that's in the card? Is that a Jabberwocky? It says Jabberwocky on the card. I don't know that. I was going to look it up and I forgot. So I assume that that's a Jabberwocky. It looks like a living plant, a living tree. But it's from the Wonderland deck. I don't know Alice in Wonderland that well. But obviously it's a big energy to contend with. It's like a dragon tree. And then the 5 of Cups. So there's something here about an instigator or a troublemaker with the Devil, the Judgment, and the 5 of Cups. It's almost as if they come in and knock your cups over intentionally. But that's okay because the 2 cups are still upright. We all know that story, right? The 2 cups are still upright. And so you're not going to spend too long worrying about the ones that were spilled. So, but that could be the reason why you're kind of closing in and being protective. Maybe that's what this page is talking about. Maybe the page is like a forewarning that something is coming in to protect your energy and kind of fold it in on yourself. So because you're doing that in time, that's why all of the cups are not being spilled and the 2 are being saved. But this is a fascinating set of cards here with the 5 of Cups becoming the Star. Sometimes when something unfortunate happens, it creates new desires, right? So that a new desire that gets you to look towards the proper direction. Well, that's fascinating because we're talking about this being the year of your soul path opening up or becoming really delineated for you. It's almost like before it had a big curve in it. You couldn't see around the bend, but now it's like very like head on and you can see much farther into the distance. So that's what this is talking about. There's something about whenever that Devil Judgment card energy strikes in your life, right after that, when you look up finally and see the energy that is kind of right up ahead of you, that's when you connect to this soul print, soul path. I mean, she's literally connected to the stars, connected to her North Star, connected to her compass. And then the King of Cups coming next, and the Sun. The King of Cups coming almost feels like a bearer of good news. Not related to this King of Pentacles, although somehow they are related. It's like the King of Pentacles is sending you a request to proceed. This is a man of integrity. This is a man of his word. And I feel like you already know who he is, although you might not know him well. It's like your acquaintances in a sense, or you've met in the past, but not so distant in the past. It's like you know of them. You know of them, and you know of them in this condition. I mean, if they were in this condition, they hid it well. But whatever it is that you're doing or saying is bringing them out of that. It could have just been even just like a depression or something like that. So they're sending their request. And then this King of Cups here is somebody else kind of telling you almost maybe that it's safe to open up again. So this is kind of landing all at the same time. Maybe because you're very exposed here or vulnerable because you're sending out all of this energy, perhaps, especially if you're not aware that you're doing it. It's kind of like stirring a lot of pots. Some of them are very beneficial. Like this one here, the transformation is apparent and beneficial, but maybe there's some that are catching on to what you're doing that are having a different result or a different reaction, right? Because of all this that we're going through here with the devil knocking over the cups. But ultimately, it's okay because it brings about this new desire or this new focus that is bringing you onto your path in a stronger way than previous years. It's interesting because of the moon cycles. So it is talking about months going by. So it could have started at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the summer, the beginning of the fall, and is proceeding forward month by month. Something like that. Or it could be just talking about the moon phases. I don't know that much about astrology or the moon cycles and such, but apply it however it resonates for you. So the King of Cups is here to tell you it's okay to open up again. He's a bearer of good news. He's a bearer of good news, and because of that, there's movement with the Six of Swords coming at the end of the reading. I feel like this is, it's almost as if you're going to go to the King of Pentacles. Maybe the message that they sent to you was that they couldn't come to you, but would you please come to them? It's something like that. Well, I'm going to continue to pull cards and create an extended and see what else wants to come out about this interaction. If it resonates with you, you'll know it. But it's basically like you unintentionally, I almost said save somebody's life, but that feels very grandiose. I'm not sure that it's quite that dramatic, but you definitely improved somebody's life just by what it is that you're doing, maybe related to your work. Maybe it's just your work itself. If you're a writer, if you're a speaker, if you're in the service industry, if you're a nurse, for example, if you're providing services of any kind, your kindness and your openness has impacted a lot of people, but particularly this King of Pentacles. It's also impacted a few people in negative ways, but that's not because of you, that's because of their own negativity. Because you can't control how other people are going to react to what you do or say. So that's not on you at all, but I feel like there is at least some form of repercussion. It's almost like they strike out. They strike out at you, and it does disrupt you for a brief moment. But if anything, it only just puts you on your path even more. It's almost like this King of Cups is some sort of benefactor, which is interesting because I almost feel like this man here was a benefactor as well, but he was just testing the waters because he doesn't know you that well. Maybe this King of Cups knows you much better because it's like he appears in person and he has good news, and the good news is that it's okay to come out. It's okay to come out, and then the Six of Swords is talking about moving to a better position. Okay, I'm going to create an extended. If you're interested in that, link is in the description. If not, I will see you next time, Gemini. Thanks, bye.